Hello and welcome to this March edition of CPSB-TV at College Street Vocational Center. I'm Drew.
And I'm Jada. Coming up is spring testing season, and we are going to show you how to boost up your ACT scores. We'll also tackle issues with security in schools, and you'll see the newest addition for school resource officers on high school campuses.
Then, raising the age. Find out how Louisiana has joined several other states, and including 17-year-olds and the juvenile rather than adult justice system.
Plus, one local school has a fix for homelessness, and their idea has already won $25,000. And finally, grab your gaming controllers because we are going to tell you about a new esports league for students.
First, our top story. Like it or not, nearly every high school student will be taking the ACT before graduation.
If you feel like you need help prepping, we have something for you. CPSB-TV reporter Eleanor Randolph tells us more about a free workshop this month.
If just hearing the three letters ACT makes you feel stressed, you are not alone.
It was difficult. I wasn't prepared enough.
Caitlin Richard is a 10th grade student at Barb High. She took the test early on to see where she stood.
It was kind of like a, hey, take this test and we'll see where you are.
The first time to take the big test might be nerve-wracking, but Kimberly Cassio, Teen Program Coordinator at Central Library, says the more you take it, the better you will do.
The more times you take it, it's like a skill. It's a taking skill. The more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it, just like riding a bike.
Beyond taking the test, there are free workshops that can help prepare you. The next one offered by Central Library, Emily Charles, is Thursday, March 28th at 6 o'clock.
We are aiming at high school students, but middle schoolers who are preparing to take the ACT early, they can come as well. And parents can come accompany their kids. Or if you just want to get ahead and go by yourself, that's okay too.
Cassio says if you plan to attend, just show up and bring a notepad and something to write with. The 1-hour workshop will focus on test-taking tips with the ACT expert Darren Alcock.
He is the Lake Area master of the ACT. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's been tutoring for over a decade.
It's not fun to think about the ACT outside of school, but students we talked to said that they see the benefit of making time to attend the workshop.
Yes, I do feel like a ACT workshop will prepare me.
I definitely think the workshop would help.
Reporting for CPSB-TV, I'm Eleanor Randolph.
If you can't make this event, the library has lots of books to help you prepare for the ACT.
For more information on ACT workshops and resources offered through the library, call 721-7116 or email cinrep@centrallibrary.org. If you attend school at Barbara LaGrange High School, you've probably seen some new construction underway. The structures are small, closed-off rooms in high-traffic areas of the school. I took a tour to see what these kiosks are and how they aim to improve school security.
One of the top priorities on school campuses in Calcasieu Parish is security. While you've probably seen school resource officers around our school, there's a new measure to put the officers even closer to the students.
The resource officers, instead of being in the front office, would be out in the school, housed in a place closer to the students and where they are during the day as classes change and those types of things take place.
Calcasieu Parish Superintendent Carl Brookhouse says, after seeing how successful kiosks were in other school districts, administrators here decided to do the same thing.
As we look around the courtyard here, we see that this is where students gather between classes or at lunch period. So it's where our resource officers need to be active in our school environment.
Here's how the kiosk would be used.
By having resource officers with the ability to see cameras in the kiosks and seeing ability to see throughout the school, and then having them centrally located, like I said, where the most students are, certainly they're in a better position to have an impact on the environment in the school.
This kiosk at LaGrange is under construction, but you can see what the final product looks like with Barb's. Mr. Brookhouse says that more kiosks will be built in other schools very soon.
We have plans for really every high school eventually, and the size will be based on the size of the school. Sam Houston, Sulphur will likely be the next two, with Washington Marion close behind. We have some plans in the works for each of those schools.
The construction cost for each kiosk is around $10,000, not including the technology inside.
After the LaGrange kiosk is completed, in the coming weeks, Sulphur and Sam Houston High Schools are next.
It's been nearly 3 years since Louisiana lawmakers approved the Raise the Age Act. This act means 17-year-olds will be in the juvenile justice system rather than the adult justice system. CPSB-TV reporter Caleb Green tells us about the change.
A new law took effect March 1st and it brought a world of change. In the eyes of the law, 17 years old was considered an adult, as Deputy Bobby clarifies.
If a 17-year-old breaks the law, up until March 1st, they're considered an adult. That's been the law for a very long time, years and years and years.
But with the changes brought by the Raise the Age Act, 17-year-olds are now considered a juvenile in the eyes of the law. But why is it like so? Well, Deputy Bobby explains.
Society just doesn't agree with a 17-year-old being in prison. Society feels like that's a little young for a 17-year-old to be locked up in a state prison.
It all started in 2016. The Raise the Age Act received an overwhelming support from lawmakers, thanks to the advocacy of young people, law enforcement, and the Louisiana Youth Coalition. The Raise the Age Act is designed to improve public safety, and children are also safer in juvenile facilities. But still, there is always someone who sees things differently, and that someone is Michael, a senior at Sam Houston High School.
No, I do not agree with that law because, I mean, they let you drive when you're 16, that you're driving amongst everybody in the country. So it's just, I mean, they trust that you know what you're doing when you're driving to make the decisions of whether I should stop at this red light or you know what you're doing, you're matured.
While this is one step to change the lives of young people in Louisiana, lawmakers say more needs to be done to reduce the number of juveniles committing crimes. Reporting for CPSB-TV, I'm Caleb Green.
The Raise the Age Act is taking effect in 2 parts. The first went into effect March 1st and includes 17-year-olds with nonviolent offenses being in the juvenile system. The second part takes effect July 1st, 2020, and will include 17-year-olds charged with any offense.
The power of the human mind can overcome any challenge.
I thought computers could do that.
Well, what about both? Tuning into CPSB-TV, reporter Avery Roberts with a story about Iowa High School being named national finalist in the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest.
Inside Jennifer Underwood's physics class at Iowa High School, students have been hard at work solving real-world issues in our community through STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math.
I asked students to solve a problem in our community, and they saw that homelessness was the most pressing problem that they could attack. And so they submitted an activity plan in which they would work on building their idea, designing a prototype, and finally submitting the project to Samsung.
Out of thousands of entries nationwide, Iowa made the cut as the Louisiana state winner in the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest through their creative approach to solve homelessness in our state.
Our project was basically a center for homeless people that will collapse into itself, and it's connected to a trailer so that we can move it around like a city or like wherever we need to, so a lot of people have use for it.
They also have a nifty way to provide to the homeless so that they can get back on their feet.
It'll have like computers and like donated food and clothing, and it'll have showers and like hygiene needs, like whatever they need, and it'll be there for like basically a day, and then it might move, so like some more homeless people have access to it, so it's not just like in one spot, not everyone has access to it.
With the help of a 3D printer, students made their unique creation come to life. Still, they hit a couple of snags.
There were a few problems, like sometimes our prints wouldn't come out good with the 3D printer, but other than that, not really.
Through all the bumps and victories, the validation came with the announcement of making it to the finals.
We were really excited. There were 5 other schools in Louisiana that were selected as state finalists, and then whenever we found out that we won the state contest, we were really surprised and excited.
As the Louisiana state winner, Iowa High is getting $20,000 in technology. They get up to $100,000 if they make it to the National Grand Prize. Reporting for CPSB-TV, I'm Avery Roberts.
Big congrats to Iowa High.
There's 2 rounds of competition remaining, and we'll keep you posted if they make it to the next level.
Now to a new addition to sports in high school.
CPSB-TV reporter Jevin Pierce finds out how esports is making its debut in the pilot season.
It's a dream come true for gamers. Video games are making the jump to our school system thanks to the drive of Lake Charles Toyota.
What we're doing with esports in schools we feel like is very beneficial to kids who are not particularly plugged into the schools in any meaningful way right now. They don't play football, they don't play basketball, that kind of thing. So we think it's a good thing to take something they're doing all the time and let them mold that into a competitive environment at the school where they can be plugged into something. They can learn teamwork and communication skills and those kind of things that you get from a competitive team sport that you play as a group.
Avery Roberts is a senior at Iowa High School with a passion for Overwatch. When he found out he could join the league with fellow classmates, he was thrilled.
I know I'm not that strong or fast, but when I excel at something like this, it gives me confidence, and that confidence can be put to other skills.
With the introduction to a new way to incorporate more students into extracurricular activities, students may enjoy school more.
You get a bunch of people who have the same interests as you, and it allows you to build up sportsmanship.
For this inaugural season, students at Iowa, Barb, Bell City, Sam Houston, The Garage, and Sulphur are all competing.
We're calling it the Southwest Louisiana High School Esports League. Our main event is going to be Thursday night varsity high school esports. At the same time, we have a middle school league and a junior varsity high school league to feed into it.
When I joined the esports thing, people were always telling me you're not going to do anything with it. It's just a video game. You're not going to go anywhere. But people like the Overwatch League, that's my goal, is just be as good as that and get to that level.
Why Overwatch, though?
Overwatch has 6-man teams. On the team, there's 3 very, very distinct roles, so you can play a bunch of different ways, so it appeals to a whole lot of different types of people. We're trying to replicate the professional Overwatch scene as close as we can, and they play professional Overwatch on PC, so we decided to pick up PC.
If esports becomes a staple in high schools, we may see a parish-wide tournament involving all schools. I'm Jevin Pierce from CPSB-TV.
Did you know you can make money from playing video games at a professional level?
That's pretty cool, and it looks like some of these students just may one day.
That's a wrap for this edition of CPSB-TV.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our CPSB-TV YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.